So, good evening. Good evening. Hope everyone's had a wonderful evening. And we're linked with Dries Mertens, which is a bit of a weird one. There's a story doing the rounds at the moment that him and Coulibaly are available at a cut price. They're doing just as bad as we are this season. They've actually won one game more than us. They've won 5. We've won 4. But yeah, this is a bit of a weird story. Obviously, he's a decent player, but he is actually a free signing as well. He hasn't signed a new contract with them. His contract expires in the summer, and he can talk to clubs in January, European clubs in January. We're linked with him, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. The guy's 32 years old. You know, he relies heavily on pace. He's very small. He's very slight. He's tricky. He knows where the goal is. He scores a lot of goals, but 32 years old. If it's a free signing, then it could be something we could go for. But at the same time, I'm not too sure about this guy. You know, he's doing it in a league that isn't the greatest league. They're a decent team, right? They're a good team. They're having a bad season, but he's a good player in a decent team, right? And if we'd signed him when he was maybe 27, 28, then yeah, all day long, I'd take him. But I suppose if he is free and we do lose one of either Aubameyang or Lacazette, then it could be a good signing. But I'm not too sure. I mean, if we keep hold of Aubameyang and Lacazette, then how's he getting in the team? It's just not going to happen, is it really? But there's a lot of rumours going around at the moment. Like I said, he is linked to Juventus as well. And we all know that they love a free signing. They've made the last 5, 6, 7 years unbelievable free signings. So yeah, I'm not really too sure about it. So I thought I'd do the stream, see what you guys think, and yeah, we'll get into it. But 32 years old, man, it's like you're not going to get any better, are you? Let's be real. It's not like he's coming into his prime, his peak, and he's gonna light up the league. Yeah. Not only that, do we really need that type of player at Arsenal? We need defensive players, defensive midfielder, defenders, players like that. Which leads me on to Coulibaly. He is linked as well, and you know he's not having a great season either. And like I said, they're currently 5 wins out of 12 or 13 games played, so they're doing pretty pony this season. And there's reports going around suggesting that he'd be less than 70 million quid. Now that is somebody we should be going for. He's the right age. I think he's 28 now. He's a very good centre back, and if you go back the last 12 months, apart from this season, he's been absolutely fantastic, absolute top draw centre back, and he's quick, he's strong, he can play out from the back, he can maraud forward, he can pick a pass, but he can actually defend, which is something that none of our defenders can really do properly. He could be that Van Dijk type player to come into us, but I mean, the chances of getting him are kind of unlikely. Man United are linked to him as well. We know Man United have got more money than us. They're a bigger football club than us. So it wouldn't surprise me if he did end up at Man United. But we are linked to Dries Mertens. And I don't know. Let me get your thoughts on it. I'm not going to drag this on forever either. I'm tired. I'm absolutely worn out today. So I'm not going to drag this on for long. But we'll go through some of your comments on it. For me, I wouldn't take Dries Mertens. If it's a free signing and Laka leaves, maybe, then yeah. But if neither of Laka or Abba leave, why are we taking him? I don't get it. It's just another person on the wage bill that we don't need to pay. So let's read some of these. Replacement for Aubameyang, says Dylan. Well, I don't know. Listen, both of them, Aubameyang and Lacazette, haven't signed a new contract yet. So we don't know what's going to happen with them. We don't know. And they could just run down their contracts and leave. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Why do you Arsenal lot keep going for attacking players, says Sam. Well, if I knew the answer to that, mate, I'd probably be minted. But yeah, we definitely need defenders. For me, no to Dries Mertens. We don't need a player like him, says Phil. It's a joke. We badly need defenders, not more attackers. Well, this is the thing. It is only a rumour. There's no solid evidence to suggest that we are going to go in for him or anything like that. But, you know, the fact that he's 32 years old, he's going to be a free agent. That means massive wages, because you know he's going to get a signing on fee. There's no transfer fee, so he's going to take massive wages. And I don't think we're really in a position to be paying out a 32-year-old that sort of wage, especially when we need a defensive midfielder and a couple of centre-backs. Obviously, Saliba's going to come in next season, but we definitely need another centre-back. Arsenal 040 says Coulibaly, Ziyech, Zaha, Upamecano and Mertens. Is that who you'd take, yeah? Ziyech, I think, signed a new contract, so that'd be expensive. So will Coulibaly, to be fair, and Upamecano. Even Zaha, the only one that's not expensive in your list, bruv, is Mertens, who's free. I'd rather give him Emery 6 million to leave, give Mertens the wages to come to Arsenal, says Perry. Apparently Vieira is back in Xhaka. I haven't seen that fly Emirates, but I will have a look at it. Go and get Milinkovic Savic. Oh, he's a baller. He is an absolute baller. 32 years old, and if he is a free agent, he would want a pay rise. Well, exactly. That's the thing. He'd want a massive payout. Very similar to Aaron Ramsey when he went to Juventus. They'd want a massive, massive payout up front. The agent would take a lot of money, and then they'd be on stupid wages. And for how long? What, 1 year, 2 years? He ain't going on till 35, is he? So it's only going to be a couple of seasons. I don't think it's worth it, man. I don't think. Saliba has broken his foot. Is he really, Chris? I didn't know that. Didn't know that. I haven't really been on it with the Arsenal news recently. Good player, but no sell-on value. No for me, says Slit Slut. Thank you for your donation as well, buddy. I hope you're good. Should have got Ziyech. He's miles better than Pepe, says Jazz. I don't know whether he's miles better than Pepe. I just think Pepe's not really lived up to the hype yet. But at the same time, he's been in and out of the team. Like I said the other day, when he scored them 2 goals against Vitoria, he's been benched ever since. And it's like, why are you benching him? His confidence is now flowing. He scored 2 screamers and now you've put him on the bench. So DVS Dallas, evening, mate. I want Kanate. He's a good player. He's a very good player. Saliba will fit in at Arsenal. He's a sick note, says Tommy. Oh, dear. We want defensive-minded players, says Jamaican Gunner. Big up yourself, bruv. We definitely do. And this is the thing, right? Like I said, when I get Wi-Fi sorted, because I'm obviously on mobile data at the moment, when I get Wi-Fi sorted, I'll be doing a daily transfer update every day. We're linked to a lot of players, and there's a lot of players at the club linked with moves out. And it's going to be interesting to see how many of them happen in January, or whether we have to wait until the summer, because we badly need to sort our midfield out. I think the midfield's a bigger issue than defence. So yeah, I think that we need to go, and if Torreira and Xhaka are going to leave, if that does happen, then we need to go and replace both of them with one proper midfielder, because neither of them are the answer. And if they are, what's the question? Do you know what I mean? So we need to go and buy a proper midfielder, like a Vieira type midfielder. I know that's hard to find, but if we do find one, go and spend the money on it. Would anyone want to come to Arsenal? Says Rhyme. Well, I don't know, man. We pay good money for average players. So, yeah, they probably would. Sad to see Torreira leave soon, says Simon. Well, barring 3 months, I don't think he's been that great, to be honest with you. I did a video on that. So anyone who hasn't checked that out, go and do that after this. I did that at 5 o'clock. So, yeah, go and check that out. Callum Wilson. I don't want Callum Wilson, man. He's all right. He's a good player, but not for me. Thomas Partey, there's a player. Would you take Lorenzo Insigne? No, I wouldn't, Bombardier Dash. No chance. Yeah, pace merchant, not good enough. He will flop in this league. Would you take Verratti to 6-1? Not for me. 5 years ago, all day long, not now. Sell Xhaka and buy Bruno Fernandes. I don't. Goldbridge will start crying if you say that, mate. All summer he said he was going there, and he didn't. William Carvalho, nah, not for me. Not for me, mate. He's not good enough. He's a good player, but nah. Memphis Depay. Do you know what? I can't stand that geezer. There's just something about him I don't like, Majib. I don't know. Indeed, he's the one, Reece. That's the player I'd go for. If we're going to sit there and go and buy some players in January, then all day long it has to be an Ndidi, it has to be a Decore, it has to be an Upamecano, a proper player. Yeah, none of these little, oh, they might be good, they might not be good. Go and get a proper player and go and pay the money on them. Definitely maybe, or what's the story, Morning Glory? Says Arsenal 10234. What's the Story, Morning Glory? Although that's not my favourite Oasis tune, by the way. Acquiesce, that's a tune. That's a tune, mate. And Champagne Supernova, I love that tune. Live Forever. I could go on, mate, listen, I could literally reel off loads of their. I love Oasis, man. Grew up on that when it was all Oasis versus Blur and all that. Yeah, it was sick. I see him live at Main Road as well when I was younger. That was sick. Why did we sell Monreal and keep Thomas the Tank? Well, exactly, Rickham. I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea. Master plan. See, that's a tune as well, Chris. Decore, Guendouzi, Ziyech would be a perfect midfield, says Karim. Yeah, that'd actually work. That would actually work. It depends what formations we want to play and who the manager is, because let's be real, the manager's going to take a massive part of it in terms of setting up and picking the personnel every week. And at the moment, we ain't got the manager that's picking the right players. It's not good enough right now. We should buy a new board in January, says Stefan. Leicester won't sell any of their first team 11 in January to a mid-table team. I love you, bruv. Seriously, Leicester fans are proper mouthy at the minute. Let's just hope you still got this energy in May, yeah, if you don't finish top 4. But listen, good luck to you. You're doing all right. I'd probably be the same, mate. So yeah, there we go. Maddison or Havertz to replace Ozil all day long. Both are ballers. That Kai Havertz is a sick footballer, man. Nearly 450 people watching this live as well. So do drive the likes up. Only 55 have done that right now. Big up Unique 79. Hope you're good, mate. Our kids are not as good as Chelsea's. Finally, somebody agrees with me. Finally, Vamos Boca. I've said this for a long time, right? Chelsea have got the best set of kids in the Premier League in terms of youth setup and stuff like that. They've got a better squad than Arsenal. And currently, they've got a better manager than Arsenal. They've also got a better owner than Arsenal. So, yeah. Would you take Brozovic? He's all right. He's all right. I'm not too sure he's great, but he's all right. I'm not sure I'd take him if I'm honest. What's happened to the OBS graphics? Bruv, listen, OBS is long. It's long. It is long. I can't be asked with that. It's long. I swear everyone in the comments are all on hard drugs. How comes you never noticed me saying our young players are crap for months? Says Arsenio Wong. I wouldn't say they're crap. Right? We've got some very good youngsters at this football club. What I will say is that our fan base overhype them massively. I mean, Bukayo Saka, very good player, but he don't score goals and he don't create goals. Why is he in the team? Yeah, maybe loan him out. Maybe loan him out in January. He don't do enough. So yeah. Joe Willock, I think he's very good. I genuinely think he's a very good player and he needs to play more. But at the same time, there's been games this season where he's just looked out of his depth. Guendouzi, I like Guendouzi again, same out of his depth at times, but he has been our best midfielder this season, I think. And but there's other players. Smith Rowe, very good player, but not quite ready, not quite good enough, not as good as we think he is. And the only one who is as good as, or two that I think are as good as people say they are Guendouzi and Martinelli. Them two are light years ahead of the rest. Yeah, they are unbelievable footballers. Yeah, and Martinelli needs to play more. Willock, I think, could be like close, get up next to them. And if he keeps his head on the ground and keeps grounded and stuff like that, then I reckon he's got a good future. But Saka, I'm not too sure about. Yeah, he's very good, but he don't do enough on the pitch. You don't create, you don't score. And in that position, you have to create and you have to score. So I don't know. I'm not too sure. Martinelli needs to start games, though, for sure, definitely. I'm going to wrap this up in a minute because I've done nearly 20 quid's worth of data. I'm just checking before it runs out so it don't end the stream. Guendouzi is overrated. I think he is overrated, Anor. I do think he is overrated. But at the same time, he's a proper good footballer. And I think he's been overplayed a lot. I don't think he deserved to have played all the games he's played for Arsenal. But at the same time, he has been our best midfielder this season. Has Chambers gone ahead of Socrates as centre-back? Chambers shouldn't be here, neither should Socrates, to be fair. Both of them aren't good enough, mate. Big up DJ Fury. Hope you're good, mate. We need Coutinho. Says Shay. I don't rate him, man. I've never rated him. Barcelona had their pants pulled down for him. Martinelli will probably move on in less than 2 years. Well, he will if he don't get a chance, Farrell. He definitely will. Is Holding good enough? I think this season's a big test for him because he's 24 years old. You know, and he's not a kid anymore. He needs to step up because that Liverpool game where he got spun by Origi for Origi's first goal, yeah, it was great play. Don't get me wrong. I thought that was the best goal of the night. The way he done it all in one fluid movement was sick. Keeper should have saved it, but the way he got spun for that, and the way he got spun in what was the other game he played? I think it was Sheffield United. I can't remember. One of the other games, he was getting done left, right, and centre, and like it's not like you're up against world-class footballers. You're talking like players that are all right. Yeah, but I don't know. This season's going to be a big season. Ask me that question again in May. Vialli or Ravanelli? Ravanelli, man. Ravanelli type. He was sick. They both were, but Ravanelli, the silver fox. How's your toilet? It's unblocked now. It's unblocked now, Unique. Thank you, mate. Origi Cruyff turned him badly, man. He had him on strings. He sent him back to Bolton, bruv. That was mad what he done. Do drive the likes up, people. I'm going to do a couple more minutes now. I'm going to get myself out of here. 442 people watching live. I think our system is a bigger problem and not our personnel. Well, that's a fair comment. Are you? Would you take Adama Traore from Wolverhampton? If I was running an athletics team, then yeah, because it'd be a perfect 100-meter sprinter. But as a footballer, no technical ability whatsoever. He's just a big lump and very quick. He's got nothing else about him. Gonna bang in the toilet. Why are we always a project? That is a sick question. Why are we always a project? And why are we always 2 or 3 players away from being decent? I'll tell you why. Because we always go out and buy the wrong personnel. We've always been allowed the manager to go out and buy players that we don't need. I'm not saying we didn't need Pepe because we did need a winger. But you could have gone and spent that money on a proper centre-back and gone and got Ryan Fraser instead. Who knows? He might have done better, wouldn't he? I don't know. But I don't know. I just think it's just a catalogue of cock-ups for years, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better, any quicker. So I don't know. It's going to be a long January, put it that way. He's the winger version of Kolasinac. He actually is. Yeah, he actually is. That's a good comment. Rodrigo at Madrid is looking at class. He's a good player, Mitchell. Very good. Ryan Fraser isn't good enough. I agree he's not good enough. M-Spec. I do agree he's not good enough. But we needed a centre-back, a proper centre-back. So why did we do 72 million on Pepe? Don't get me wrong. I was buzzing, and I still am that he's here. But that should have been spent on a centre-back. So there we go. Anyway, listen, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. My datas are literally about to conk out. So I will be back tomorrow, 2 streams again. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up everyone who's watched live and on playback. Do drive the likes up. Don't forget to do that. 87 have done that. Get that through 100 before you leave. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, the circus that is Arsenal Football Club will carry on tomorrow. You never know. Emery might even get sacked tomorrow. Who knows? So I could be coming with that one, that video. But I don't know. We'll see. But I'll be back tomorrow at 5. Until then, have a wonderful day tomorrow. Laters, peeps.